March the 20th is the International Day of the Dental Health, which has little to do with the woman I'm gonna talk about today. Born in 1863 in Vienna, Ida Freund has a quite sad childhood. She's losing her mother and then her leg in a cycling accident. Ida grows up with her grandparents and studies in the State Training College of Teachers. After the death of their progenitors in 1881, she moves to England and lives with her uncle, a famous violinist, Ludwig Strauss. He wants his niece to study in Girton College in Cambridge, but Ida disagrees with this plan. At the end, she yields to family pressure and studies sciences. In 1886, she graduates and attends first class in natural science Tripos, which is quite impressive for a young woman, German-speaking, who had to learn the English language, mathematics, Greek and Latin. And at the end of the 19th century, most of the time, teaching science to girls means showing them how to cook and clean. Ida opposes that point of view, but we'll talk about that later. Let's go back to the year 1886. After her success in the Tripos, Ida works for a year in the Cambridge Training College for Women, then she becomes a demonstrator at Newham College, another university dedicated to women. Miss Freund is quite a phenomenon in her school. She is a female scientist, she has a strong German accent, she's wearing eccentric clothes, she works with sticks, and she frightens her first-year students. Her eccentricity and the fact that her laboratory is compared to a cupboard in summer and a freezer in winter don't curb her enthusiasm. Ida has a visionary idea of teaching based on experiment and critical thinking. She asks her students to discuss the scientific books and also their own results. And her way to organize the reviews is quite peculiar. In 1907, Freund gives to her students a box of chocolates in which they find the biography of famous chemists that they have to study. In 1908, as the periodic table is in the school program, Ida makes cupcakes with an icing that shows for each element its name and its atomic weight. She puts her cakes on the table and divides them with candy sticks made of Edinburgh rocks. If only chemistry could always be so tasty! Besides her courses, Ida improves a gas measurement device created by Wilhelm Ostwald. So we can say that Ida Freund is the inventor of a viscometer, which is not in use anymore. Never mind, my interest is in the cupcakes, even if sugar is bad for the teeth. Ida is also implied in political and social life. She organizes summer classes for teachers, knits for the soldiers, and fights for women's suffrage. She works for better access for girls to scientific studies and to some libraries reserved to men. Even she sometimes prepares for class in her kitchen. Freund disagrees with the fact that science classes in girls' school is limited to domestic duties. When she has free time, and despite her disability, Ida travels in Europe using a three-wheel cycle that she operates with her arms. She goes to England, Scotland, Germany, Switzerland, Italy and Austria, her native country. Ida also writes in newspapers to defend her opinions and has a book published. The study of chemical composition quickly becomes a classic. In 1912, her poor health pushes Freund to retire. She passes away 2 years after, working on her second book till her very last day. Unfortunately, the experimental basis of chemistry is not complete. Her co-workers finish it and have it published in 1914. After Ida's death, the Ida Freund Memorial Fund is created to raise money to finance the projects of the teachers of Newham College. Well, it's time to turn on the oven. I need to review my chemistry.